Yeah. Uh, how are you all doing? To start with, I'll begin with my introduction. So myself is Akshay Gagrani. I'm your I'm your mentor for this particular session today, and I hope you already know what Ediglobe is. That's why you are here. But to begin with, I'll introduce you to Ediglobe as well. It's an e-learning excellence platform which facilitate the learners worldwide by removing the barriers to education and offer a state-of-the-art personalized learning environment that grant access to an extensive wealth of knowledge. There are so many courses with Ediglobe that you can explore. I'm pretty sure you already know about it, right? So no problem with that. I'll also make sure to introduce you to the courses in the end. And our main agenda of this particular session is going to be the ChatGPT and its ChatGPT and its impact or the how the future of work. All right. So again, welcome everyone. And to start with, I will also like to know about you all. So it would be great if you can write a 1 or 2 line of introduction of yourself. I can see your name already. You can tell me like what education background you are from, like BTech second year, third year, and the college and the programming language or the skills you already know. Not exactly programming language. If you know anything else, you can describe about that as well in the chat box. So, shall we begin? Like, voice is not audible. I'm pretty sure it must be audible now, right? Cool. So let's start with the responses. So we have people from Kanpur, BTech second year, computer science. All right. Delhi, BBA. Okay, nice. So I can see we have people from different backgrounds and different fields with us right today. What about the rest? Okay, BTech first year, BTech third year. All right. We have Gauri Nandana from Kerala, BTech first year. That's great. We have Yash from Nagpur, Maharashtra, Tulsi Ramji Patil College. Great. BTech first year. All right. So which branches are you from, Gauri and Yash? Like, are you computer science or some other branch? We have Granny Smith. He's from Nellore, Andhra Pradesh. He's BTech fourth year from EC. That's great. Many more people are joining in. I know. We have BTech second year CSE with us, and we have Divyashree from Hyderabad, BTech third year from CSE AIML. Okay, cool. Great, Dan. This is going to be very much relatable to for you, right, Divyashree? Maybe you can also give your insights and your experience about it. You can share it with everyone. We have a B in mechanical engineering from Vellore. Okay. Cool. So majorly if we talk about it, so we have people from different backgrounds, different skill set, and the background is majorly focused towards the engineering and technology only. But yeah, the expertise is where the difference is. That's good. So no matter the today's session, the topic of the today's session is going to be very generic, and we are going to talk about the ChatGPT and the future of work. So the topic or the heading should be AI and the future of work, but to make the normal people understand, the ChatGPT is the new catchy word through which everyone is able to relate, okay, what we are talking about, right? So yeah, that is what we are going to talk about today. because in recent times, in this recent period of 1 year, the things have got changed a lot. Whatever people used to suggest you, whatever people used to tell you that you should focus here, you should focus there, the things have gone pretty much fast these days, and the scale of the industry has also changed, due to which you might have to reconsider your choices. You might have to plan accordingly about your career, so that you make the best out of it, and you try to make the best success in your career. Correct. So for that only I'm here today. I'm going to give you a little insights about chat gpt and all, and also going to tell you what impact it have on the current industry, and how it might affect the future career oriented fields in the IT sector majorly. Okay, so hope you all are excited. Yes or no? It's like this is a very general session, which is not very much oriented towards the coding and all. We are not going to learn Python or something, but this is very much related to for your career perspective and for yourself, how you can shape your career ahead. So be focused, and feel free to post your queries anytime between in the chat box. I'm constantly monitoring it, and whenever you feel you have any doubts, you want to discuss something, you can just post it in the chat box. I won't be able to allow you to unmute, because that will create a chaos. We have so many people already, right? So unmuting will create a little bit of confusion. So you are totally free to use the chat boxes, and I'm constantly monitoring it. Don't worry. Cool. So let me just share my screen. Just a second. I hope screen is visible. Great. Cool. So ChatGPT and the future of work, right? So we are going to explore today the impact of AI on the workplace, what impact the particular AI driven technological sector is bringing, how it is changing the workplace, how it is constantly modifying the modifying the pace of it. Okay, so to begin with, let's start with the introduction of what it is about, what all these things are. So in recent years, artificial intelligence has revolutionized various industries, and today we will delve into the impact of the AI on workplace. So the AI has revolutionized various industries and various components of the business, and it is trying to delve into as many industries as possible, and trying to create impact as much as possible to the current workplace. If we talk about what all industries have been revamped, what all industries have been, I will not say impacted, because impacted is a little negative word of it. We can say revamping, because revamping is just like upgradation or upgradation in the current industry patterns, right? So based on that, we have to change ourselves also, and we have to cope up to be relevant, be action oriented. So industries which have been revamped, you can see the customer support. uh, of, like previously we used to talk with the calling agents and all, to resolve our queries, to get our answers to the queries, but now it all has been driven by the AI itself. Healthcare, education, programming, content creation, finance, research and information research and information retrieval, and many more, right? The programming here, the single word programming consists of a large billions of, like thousands of billions of industry, which has been been into the space of revamping these days, and the whole startup culture and the whole entrepreneurial culture is also getting shifted and driven towards the AI, because that is the new boom. So with the advancements in natural language processing, ChatGPT is shaping the way we communicate and perform tasks at work. So here I have mentioned something about natural language processing. So I'll not assume that you already know about it. So we'll just give you a little idea what natural language processing is. It basically tells you the definition in that word itself: natural language processing. So as you know, the computer does not understand hello, hi, tata, bye, right? It only understand the language of zeros and ones, right? The computer only works upon zeros and ones. That's it, right? The 0 bit and the 1 bit. Zero is when the voltage is cut off for a particular register, and the one is when the voltage is high, and that's how he manipulates its bits. That is the only thing computer used to understand and still understand. Okay. Now the point is how we can leverage this zero and ones to our use, because talking to or writing a code in zeros and ones is practically not possible, right? If I ask you to write a program, let's say printf hello world, with the zeros and ones, you will not be able to ever scale it, and you will not be able to write it as well, right? So for that reason, we need our computer, we need our machines to be too much oriented towards the human, so that it understands what we are trying to make the best out of it. Okay. So then the invention of the programming languages came in. The programming languages have a syntax, have a proper properties which aligns to the human more, right? Like for an example, print hello world or if else, and all these things are pretty much aligned towards us. And then after the compiler and the other processing steps converts that code into the language of zeros and ones, and that's how the whole cycle has been established, and that's where the programming came from. So once we were able to fill this gap of the zeros and ones with the programming language, slowly and steady the advancements took place. With this code, now in now as a human we are able to build our own logics and give to our computer, so that it can perform multiple tasks or the huge task for us, because now we know how to communicate to it. So we can ask it to do so many great things, perform so many good calculations, right? And with that the programming started, right? And then after the programming, the uh, evaluation of the software development industry and many more industries came up. And now we are in the phase when this particular thing is like saturated. I would not say saturated, but this has been explored a lot. And now we are beginning to the next phase of learnings, where we are trying to basically communicate to our computer directly. And now we want our computer to be smart enough to understand what we as a human are speaking, what we want it to perform, without any means of program and all. Okay. So this is the advancement, and this particular way of the particular way of working, or this particular technology we call as natural language processing, which basically takes the human words or our natural language, it processes uh, it do the processing and all, and tries to convert it with the help of an AI model. It tries to convert it into the format and do the work accordingly. Correct. So natural language processing again is a very uh, great invention in itself. I would say not an invention, but the uh, extension of the particular technology. It is coming from the AI, the ML part, right? So it is a very great extension of this particular industry. And through this, now we are able to achieve so many great things, that we are able to personalize as many things as possible, because now as a human, we can just write in our own language, in our own terms. We can explain the computers in our own human language, and he is now able to understand what we mean. Just like an example of, hey Google, hey Siri, all these things are based on the natural language processing only. So in this era, ChatGPT is one of the best model of it, and it is shaping the way we communicate and perform tasks at work. Right? You all must be using it widely. You all must be uh, getting the help done. The content creation and all is, I think, the whole industry has been substituted by the ChatGPT itself. So yeah, there are so many things, there are so many impacts and revamps which are going in with the help of ChatGPT. Let's explore it. So what is going to be our today's agenda? Uh, we are going to talk about these following points: what ChatGPT is, okay, how ChatGPT works, what are its use cases in the workplace currently, okay, what are the benefits of ChatGPT, the challenges and concerns related to it, and the future trends, and what are the, especially like this is all just about the the current position, but in future what are all these skills we should be focusing on, what are the skills for the future, and especially for you the main agenda, which is what should be the role of college students what going forward. So we are going to talk about all these things which I think you are able to relate to as much as you like. I'm pretty sure you are able to relate to it, and you are excitingly waiting for the last three slides: the future trends, the skills for the future, and the role you should be playing. But yeah, before that we need to understand the case study as well. So let's move forward and see what about it is. So what is ChatGPT, right? We have been using it a lot, we have been hearing it about a lot, and we are talking about it a lot as well. So let's first of all try to decode what ChatGPT is and what it does. Okay. So talking about the definition of it, okay, because definition clears many things. So ChatGPT is, shorthand for the chat generative pre-trained transformer. Okay. So generative pre-trained transformer. All right. So these three words have been, picked up very specifically because it tells you the exact specifications what it does. So it is generative, okay, it is pre-trained, and it is a transformer. So it's transforming, and it is an artificial intelligence language model developed by OpenAI, and it excels in understanding and generating human-like text. Okay. So in the definition itself, it says that it is generative. So it can generate the human-like text, first thing, right? It can generate, it can communicate the content to you in your particular format in the human language. First thing. There has been, this NLP only allows us to communicate from both the channels in the human representative text. The perfect example you have is like, hey Siri, what's the weather right now? Or hey Google, how's the traffic right now? So all of that replies you back in the form of human generative text only. Yeah. Yeah, now it's good. So it's generative, one thing. Second is it is pre-trained. So this has been pre-trained. The model has been pre-trained with lots and lots of databases, like not databases, actually data. And it has been trained on different categories to, so that it can understand what you are trying to say. So now computer is not some sort of a human, who can just learn everything automatically. You have to train it, you have to teach it. So to teach it, you have to provide it data that apple is a fruit, a mango is a fruit, or cricket is a sport, football is a sport, right? So you have to train it in that way with lots of data. And third thing is transformer. So it is transforming, it is learning each and every day with your feedbacks, with your interaction. It is trying to learn and improve it day by day. Okay. So these all things are the exact things which it performs and how it works. And it is an artificial intelligence language model. Okay. So at its core, ChatGPT harness a transformer architecture, a potent form of deep learning models renowned for their adept handling of natural language processing task. So they're this kind of, models which harness the transformer architecture, we call, like we not call it, but this particular ChatGPT works on the deep learning models, and it is renowned and very well known for handling of the natural language processing task. Okay. So the transformer is unique attention mechanism which allow it to efficiently process and generate contextually relevant text. Okay. So this deep learning model helps it to, work in both ways. And in middle lies the pre-trained data, which helps ChatGPT to understand and generate the content as well. Cool. So if you have any doubts, if you have any concerns in between now, feel free to ask me, feel free to stop me. Like, I'm constantly looking at the chat. So you can post all your queries here. All right. So this is ChatGPT all about. It's very important to know, right, what it is and what it is doing. So talking directly about the use cases in the workplace, because people here are from different backgrounds, and it's important to understand how your business is getting affected to it. Now you might say that, sir, I'm not from customer support team, I'm not from the finance team, I'm not from the content creation, right? So that is totally true. You are not from this particular space, but the company that you are going to join in, maybe you join an IT company or something, right? So in that company, the business is going to come from these industries only. They are going to solve the real life problem which lies in different businesses, correct? So for that reason, we need to understand how all the other industries are getting affected, and how the things are changing. So talking about the use case, so customer support is one thing. All right. This whole industry has been impacted a lot, and here with the help of ChatGPT on these kinds of language models, the efficiency and the more scalability of handling the customer queries has improved significantly, because human always have a threshold, right? It cannot work day and night. But with ChatGPT and such models, we have improved the efficiency and the scalability of handling the customer queries, right? Next is the healthcare. Again, the healthcare is something which is still not available to every part of the globe. So many people does not know and do not prefers to go to the doctors and all. So with the enhanced patient interaction, support for mental health application and medical information has been increased with the help of ChatGPT, because if they feel any symptoms or anything, they just directly goes on to such models and they ask by providing their symptoms and all, and based on the past study, they basically suggest them. So the patient interaction is increasing. Education, so facilitated personalized learning experience and tutoring, that's where we are currently moving forward to, and Ediglobe is something which is constantly working on that part from a long time. Programming and coding, you already know, assisted developers in code generation and problem solving. You can ask it to write a code for your particular use case. At least as much as you can explain to it, it will provide it to you. It will provide the code generation to you, and it may also provide you the code assistance, right? So GitHub Copilot is one of the best example of it. When you are writing the code, when you are writing some logic and all, it will give you the autocomplete feature, not the basic autocomplete which you get in a compiler, the autocomplete in the way of the whole logic itself. So if you tell it that I want to do so, I want to take this variable or create such and such API, just ask it, it will create the code for you. So that's one of the great example. Then we come with content creation. So the content creation, PR, marketing, writing assistance, all those things, I guess, has been majorly substituted with the help of ChatGPT and such models. And I know you all must not be writing the mails by your own. You are also not doing the assignments by your own, right? Because the ChatGPT has took over. Then the language translation, the contribution to the improvement of the language translation services has improved, because this now have become a bridge between all the languages, and the translation has improved a lot. There has been a very recent project. That project basically what does is, it has been improved by the government, and now it is getting implemented on all the NCERT books, where all the books which are in different languages, right? Now, if let's say I have a particular book in English, so now all these books are getting converted into different languages of particular area or something, whatever you want, with the help of NLP. So you just have to scan the books, and all these NCRT books are now getting converted into the regional language specifics. And this project has already been deployed and approved, and it was created by the PhD students from IIT Bombay, and it's a work in progress right now. So language translation is already working, finance, the customer inquiry, analysis, fraud detection, all the companies like American Express, JP Morgan, Morgan Stanley, all these are working on fraud detection and financial analysis, a lot, by using the help of ML and AI. Research and information retrieval, of course, we do that all day with the help of it. And the HR and recruitment also, the frequently asked questions, the support, and all those things has been very much eased down. So this is the whole huge impact, the how is the things are changing. And in between, if you come with something that HTML and CSS, no one is going to ask, and no one is going to give you any credits for that, because of course things has been improved a lot, that your HTML and CSS code is not of a relevance anymore. You can just provide directly the drawings to it, and it will create a front end code for yourself. So that's how you need to upgrade yourself, and that's the level that you should start playing on. Okay, so we have a question that what is the difference between AI model and deep learning model? Okay, so AI model, Sivavija 3. I'm sorry, I'm not able to pronounce your name, but I will call you SVD in short. So AI model SVD is, it is the concept of creating smart intelligence machines. Okay, AI is all about that. So machine learning comes the subset of the AI. Okay, so machine learning is a subset of AI that helps you build the AI driven applications. Okay, so machine learning is that subcomponent of it. And when you talk about deep learning, so deep learning is the another subset of machine learning that uses vast volume of data and the complex algorithm to train a model. So these are just the subsets, and where deep learning lies on the base, and it basically deals with the vast volume of data and the complex algorithms. Okay, so that's the basic difference between them. And these deep learning models are being used these days, and all these great ChatGPTs and all these kinds of models a lot. Cool, great. Okay, sir. Talking about the benefits, why why it is being used a lot, what is the reason? So the idea is pretty simple. As I told you, every human have a particular threshold. It cannot extend itself from a particular level, and but with the help of such models, the efficiency is improving a lot. The ChatGPT enables rapid responses, automating repetitive and time consuming tasks. So all these sort of time consuming and the repetitive task, does not require any human attention these days. So if you are just one of those who are just doing the common work in any industry, then there is no use of it in the business perspective, because they don't want someone who is just going to do the one task, who is just there to repeat the same task again and again. Now they're looking forward to replace them with the help of some AI model or some AI driven solutions, so that their cost improves and also their efficiency improves. Correct. So for that reason, you are seeing so many layoffs these days. Economy and all those things were there. I know, I understand that. Okay, market was not that really great and all, but you must have seen recent layoffs by Amazon, Google. They have openly told that the teams they are replacing, right, are getting replaced by the AI driven solution now. So Google recently laid off their particular team. I don't remember the name. So they replaced it by saying that the particular solution is getting replaced by the AI driven. So yeah, things are pretty much high and the stakes are pretty much high. So you must think about, in which direction you are going on. I'm not saying this to you to, scare you, but I'm trying to make you aware of how the things are changing. And don't worry, I'll tell you the solutions also. Okay. Next benefit is the cost saving. The businesses can reduce the manpower cost, uh, by automating certain process with ChatGPT and such kind of AI models. So the cost saving is one of the another advantage. Of course, right? If 50 people is doing a job, then instead of paying them every month for the year lifelong, it's better to just invest on some chat AI driven solution once and see how that works. Okay. Next is enhanced customer services. So enhanced customer services basically is oriented towards improved customer experience through instant and helpful interaction. So if you are a customer, you ordered something from Myntra, let's say, and now you want to basically raise a return, but you are not able to do so, or maybe you returned your item, but you have not received any credit back as of now. So now you goes on to the chatbot and now they are just saying that I'm trying to connect you to the customer's executive, but all the lines are busy, etc., etc., and that creates frustration in any customer, right? So these ChatGPT based solution AI solutions are bringing you the instant and helpful interaction at the first day itself. Whenever you go to it, you raise your queries, they provide you with the relevant information what is happening with your refund. So which leads to increased satisfaction and customer loyalty. That is one of the most important factor that every business requires. And talking about the challenges and the concerns, like, of course there are few challenges and there are few concerns with these AI solutions as well, which are in our favor. Okay, due to these challenges and concerns, we can say that yeah, the things are not going to be whole replaced or whole driven by the AI based solutions only. And there are so many fields apart from this, right? So many career oriented fields which are still doable. So we will talk about that. So let's talk about challenges which is experienced by the businesses as well, what they feel. So the first one is ethical considerations. So the concerns related to bias in AI models and potential misuse of technology. All these ethical considerations are like is one of the major factor. You must have seen the recent news that some Google related bot was tested and it was found to be little more uh, driven towards the particular political segment. Okay, so in the same way, uh, because this is just a pre-trained model and it is continuously learning as well, but since it is pre-trained, the particular set of data was used and all those things were consist the algorithms and all, but through continuous learning it might become bias as well. Okay, so let me turn off the annotations. Yeah, so yeah. Yeah. So as I was saying, since this has been pre-trained on some particular models and all, so that's why it can be biased sometimes. And this creates a ethical consideration in every business, which uh, is a major concern for the industry currently. Okay, which I don't think like would be solved at any point of time, because data privacy is another thing, because you have to provide all your data, you have to share all your data, uh, or your sensitive information to this particular AI driven solutions. And there's a huge a huge chances that it might be used for some other purposes and someone might steal it. So this data privacy concerns emphasize towards the importance of handling sensitive information, responsibility to maintain privacy and security, right? So as a let's say I am working at Tesla, let's say. Okay. And now someone comes to me and says that, please, you can apply these particular AI based solutions in your car. It will access all the driver's user behavior, his driving behavior, and based on that, it will do this, and this. So for that company, the Tesla, it's a very huge concern, because now the whole car data, the data of the car and the driver and his customer is now going to be shared with some third party, which might not handle it well, and there is a chance of leakage of data or that sensitive information, which will lead to the whole business drop. Because data privacy is one thing which can build a company and which can destroy a company as well. So these are the very big concerns which are present with these solutions. Now, talking about the future trends, one of your major topic, like what the future trend is about. So while I was thinking about these future trends, I actually thought about, the one word answer would be very much able to answer this. The future trend is going towards advanced personalization. Now, the personalization is not in just sense of, the fashion or something else. The personalization is happening all across the industry. If you talk about personalization in, let's say, healthcare, then this particular model is trying to, understand and interact with you to understand your proper health. If you talk about personalization in customer support, then as per to your past order history, if you have been flagged as a user who buys and returns the item a lot, then the model would be so much personalized and will mark you as a defaulty customer. So this is what the future trend is all about. If you see so many startups these days, if you analyze it, so many startups these days are working towards creating a personalized based solutions. They are trying to provide you mm, the uh, solutions which are very much oriented towards you and have understood your user behavior, your personal things, and based on that, it is providing you the suggestions. If you watch Shark Tank, then you must be able to relate to me right now a lot. So many personalized based startups you must be able to see over there. All the technology based startup definitely consist the word AI or the personalization, 90% at least, right? So this predicts the development of more personalized AI interactions and tailoring the responses to individual user needs. Okay. So that's where we are currently heading towards, and that's where things are moving towards. Now, talking about the skills for the future. So here comes the part, right? SVD, you was asking me about learning prompt engineering makes a benefit or for us or not. So we'll talk about what all skills are, currently helpful for us and what all skills can be understood as the skills for the future for us, right? So here we can take your question. So skills for the future, of course, programming efficiency is required. Okay. Now you cannot just say that, okay, I just know HTML and CSS and that's enough for me to get a job. That was something which was about a decade years ago. Now you need to be proficient in the programming languages. You need to understand how they work beneath, right? Inside. Just learning the syntax of it is not enough. Of course, like many people won't follow this, but since you are here in this session, right? We are here discussing about what should be done, what would be the right way to, make your career more strong and more successful. We are talking about those parts. So this is what my suggestions are. Just don't be, that kind of rectification won't work right now. You need to be so much knowledgeable that you understand the language, the programming languages in and out, how the particular thing is working and working inside the computer for you, so that you understand how the computer and the and the human interaction works down the line, which will help you to go forward and contribute to any industry which is working on a particular use case that deeply. Otherwise, on the superficial level, whatever work you are doing, that is already being done by so many models, and uh, these AI models will definitely be able to do that. So you need to be innovative, you need to be more logical, you need to be more uh, you know more knowledgeful. So programming proficiency is one of the things which is going to be the skill for the future, because without that, uh, nothing will work. The next skill for the future, the data science, of course. No matter what, wherever you go, now you must have understood that, at some point of time, the software engineering and all those things came up and they were being used in each and every company, right? Similarly, data science is now the new significant industry where uh, the opportunities are immense. And this is one of the new industry which is not going to be replaced anytime soon. ChatGPT might, or any other AI model might do some little works here and there for you. They might replace you for there, but they won't be able to replace the whole industry. There is so much, to explore. There is so much to innovate, and there is so much to be done. And of course, uh, every company wants to have their own AI-based solutions working inside, because they don't want to provide it or get it from some third party due to the uh, data-related concerns, which I told you, right? So they want to have their own team of data science. They want to create their own domain in the data science so that they have that present in-house. So which opens the door for you. For any data science enthusiast, there is always an opportunity that you would be able to look forward to in any new companies or any big companies, big MNCs these days, right? Next is software development. Okay. Why I'm emphasizing on this point is software development is something, which requires the understanding of the whole business use case, and then the whole microservices, the communication of the microservices, the architecture, low level design, so many things goes inside it. So software development is also one of the industries which is not going to be replaced or replaced. It might be revamped. The uh, the influence of the AI driven solutions might come, and in fact they are coming already. But the software developments or the software developers are not, going to be that much uh, substituted with these solutions, because you have to understand here the whole business use case. So you need to be uh, like it sometimes it takes months to understand the business, and then after you have to create the particular solutions. It might do some little component work, but the picture in whole can be understood by the human only. So that is also one of the evergreen field. Next is the knowledge of cloud computing. Okay, so it's important. I'm not telling you to follow your career on these particular technology, but I'm saying that these skills are going to be helpful for you going forward. Okay, this is what you should be focusing on. So cloud computing knowledge is also one of the major thing that you should little bit emphasize on, because this emphasize the shift towards cloud-based solutions, and knowledge of cloud platforms like AWS, Azure, Google Cloud is crucial for building scalable and efficient applications. So now these days, if you see in data science or software development, so many huge data is getting processed, huge amount of traffic is coming in due to the increased usage of internet and all, right? So having the knowledge of cloud computing is one of the major asset in your library. Then something, human computer interaction. You can also say this as prompt engineering, as SVD was asking me. So you know uh, prompt based engineering and all these uh, new things which are coming in the market right now, which increase the human computer interaction, is something that you can also have the idea upon. So this is going to affect a lot about the user experience and interface design. So that's where you should focus on. So artificial and machine learning. Of course, we are talking about the data science, but underneath the artificial intelligence and machine learning always lies, and you always want to, be proficient in such models and such things for your better career ahead. And problem solving skills. When you are working in any computer science industry, this is one of the most important thing that you cannot ignore. So that is always going to be there. So always focus on the problem solving capabilities, the competitive programming and all. uh, do not neglect it at all while you are in this period in your college, right? uh, Problem solving skill is always going to be the top priority, right? So these are the skills for the future. And talking about your roles now, uh, I'm not just going to tell you to prepare for the change, but I'm going to ask you to basically prepare yourself so you are able to sustain this change. Okay. So prepare yourself in a manner that you are learning more. You are not just reading. I've just told you about all these things, right? You can explore your career opportunities, your interest, and these particular things. If someone, if some other things you also need or you have interest on, you can explore that too. There's no such restriction about it. But this is just I'm telling you for your reference what is going to be the skills for the future. And while learning anything these days, matter, if you are good at content writing, if you are good at public speaking, if you are good at art and design, I want you, to be prepared for this change. Um, just as like, be master at your work, try to learn it, the core concepts of it, try to build the pillars from the base. Don't just do these, superficial learnings, because those things are not in, the competition is increased from that level now. You can't just do the superficial learning and go ahead. So of course the education will also be changing towards it, the competition will also be raising the bars. But for now, as you are already in the first year, second year, third year, fourth year, so you are already at the verge of it, at the urge of it, when you should implement these changes in yourself, no matter if someone is pushing you or not. Okay. So that's what you should be focusing on right now. And the next important factor is being informed. Be proactive in seeking knowledge and about emerging technologies and trends in the field of study wherever you are in. So you should always emphasize on, proactively seeking the knowledge from different uh, sectors or the domains that you are working on. So always try to be, informative and stay proactive to seek the knowledge. So that's it from my side. And now the platform is all yours for the Q&A. If you have any doubts, I'm here to explain you, I'm here to tell you. Of course, like we have talked about the data science and all these things a lot. And for that only, uh, you need to be more practical driven. So your college or your particular field of knowledge might be theoretical a little, because that's what has been the, education so far. So as I just told you, right? So being just theoretical and definition learner is not going to help you. So you need to more focus about the practical based learning. And for that, you need to do some great courses, you need to do some great projects and all. And yeah, the courses of Ediglobe and so many other courses. I'm not just, being biased here, but I know Ediglobe. So the courses of Ediglobe and all these edtechs are going to help you. You can register in such courses. You should start practicing by yourself to gain some practical and industry oriented experience in at this point of time itself, right? So that's what my suggestion is. Now the floor is all yours. So HVD is asking how to use AI in full stack web development side. Um, so if you are a full stack web developer, okay, and you want to use AI, so there is nothing, uh, you should not focus about, indulging the AI in the full stack web development. you should think about the use case first. Whatever project you are working on, whatever use case you are working on, how the AI driven solutions can help you to, emphasize it more or make the most out of it. So for that reason, you should basically think on the use case, on the business use case first, how the AI can influence the outcomes. And based on that, once you have identified the scope of it, once you have identified the scope of improvement with the help of AI, then you can definitely integrate it in your projects, in your use case. If you're asking me about how the AI and full stack web development both are related, so these AI models and all, they also expose their APIs, which you call through your backend services. Okay, I'm not sure what you was exactly asking about, but I have just answered both the questions just to be sure. Okay, sir. Okay, cool. Yeah. Uh, any other doubts to anyone? This is the time, I am here, present for you. Any problems or any concerns that you wish to, answer, get answered. You have the mentor present in live front of you. You can ask me whatever queries you have about your, if you want, if you're confused about a particular thing, let's say, okay, you can ask me about it. If you need any guidance about a particular roadmap, we can also discuss the same, or if you feel like we can have one more session sometime else where we can talk about the roadmaps and you know the way of working in it. Cool. Okay. Okay, so the question is, how uh, how can we, balance the different sectors which, has been introduced so far? How shall we balance our learnings in that case? So uh, there is nothing that you need to balance. Okay, you do not need to take forward 4 and 5 things hand to hand. That is not the expectations from you. No one wants you to be excellent in every domain. You do not need to balance anything. You just need to be proficient in whatever you are learning. So if you have picked up C++, let's say, I'm not talking about so many larger things, just C++ if you are learning, then you should focus on making it or learning it at the best level as possible. Okay, try to understand what are the system level API is, how it is working behind the scenes, how the memory management work in C++, in Python, how the object oriented pattern works. So all these things, that should be your mindset whenever you are learning something. That's what my expectation is. Apart from that, about the different domains, you need to be, think about yourself, what excites you more. And if you are not able to figure out, then maybe by doing some projects and all, you might get a hold onto itself. So you might try to do some small project on data science, on cloud computing, on full stack web development, on backend web development and all. And then you might be able to figure out what is exciting you and what kind of opportunities you are getting more, right? So hit and try is always the best thing. You can't just sit outside and say what is happening. uh, I am not able to judge what should I choose, this or should I choose that or that. The time is a lot in your hands, right? You can just hit and try, make a little project. It won't take more than 4 or 5 days to you, and then you would be able to understand, yeah, this is something more relevant and this is something more exciting and relatable to my knowledge and something what I wanted in my life. And then you will be able to make up your choices by yourself, or either subconsciously you will start working that way only, and you will just take up 4 or 5 and few more projects on that the same thing. Okay, so that's a good question. It's great that you came up with this. So yeah, that's what your behind the mind should be. I don't know if you have any questions, if you are being shy about it, I don't know. But here's my LinkedIn ID also. If in any case you feel that you need some mentorship, you need some guidance, I'm always available. Just feel free to ping me, and I'll try my best to help you at any point of time. So don't hesitate a lot if you need any help from me. Feel free to reach out. So yeah, I think if you don't have any doubts, then I think we are clear about so many things now, and maybe you know what needs to be done. I hope that I have communicated you well and showed you the real picture, how things are working, and where the current industry is thriving on. So yeah, data is the new money, and of course you cannot neglect, and you can't be just say that okay, the people might be doing data science and all, I'm happy in my situation and all. The thing should be, you should be proactive, you should be learning enough that you are able to get the knowledge. You must be able to get the opportunities and try to uh, uh, get the most opportunities out of it. That should be the goal. Okay, so yeah, that's it from my end. And uh, I think the feedback form shall be coming forward to you. So yeah, that's it from my side, guys. Hope you do, and all the very best for your careers ahead. Feel free to reach out to me, to Ediglobe, for any kinds of concerns. Not just for the course related things. If you are, let's say, delusioned about what to do, what not to do, if you are in some sort of uh, trouble in making up a decision, feel free to reach out to Ediglobe at any point of time, to me anytime, so that we can help you by our expertise, with our experience. You might get the advantage as well. That's our only expectation, nothing else. And all the best, and happy learnings to you all. And that's it from my end. So great meeting you all. Thanks for being the great audience, so much proactive. It was great interacting with you. Thank you so much, Divishri. Thank you.